Hi everyone, welcome to Mark's 900. I'm Mark, and I want to start today by asking, is there anything really worse than a dirty pipe? Now, as a Z900 owner, I've got 4 of them, because I'm of course talking about downpipes or headers. I don't know what you were thinking of. Anyway, when I go into a showroom or I go to bike night and there's all these lovely sparkly bikes, I hate it when I walk round to the front and I look at it and I see these rusted downpipes covered in crud and all sorts of nonsense. Now, I've gone to some lengths to polish up my front pipes and I think they look fantastic. They really lift the bike, but it's quite a job to do it, and there's all sorts of advice as ever all over social media and forums about how to do that. So I've pretty much tried them all. I bought all sorts of products and made loads of mistakes, but I think I've finally nailed it. So what I'm going to do now is nip down to the garage, get the bike out, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did to get my front pipes gleaming shiny. Okay then, so these are the pipes that we're talking about. These are the downpipes on my Z900, and although I've just given them a quick dust over now, they haven't really been properly cleaned for a few hundred miles, and you can see already that we're starting to get this bronzing effect that's coming through on the pipes. Now when you buy them new, they're covered in a sort of brown coloured coating. I'm not really sure what it is. If you just look around here, you can see that's the sort of colour they are. It's a very dull brown colour, and that needs to come off in order to make the pipes nice and shiny. And you can buff these pipes up, you can make them really shiny silver, and because of the impurities in the stainless steel, they will go back to being this kind of bronze colour, and you need to revisit it every now and then. But it's definitely worth doing. So what I'm going to show you is what I did, first of all to remove that brown coating, and secondly how to get the pipes shined up so that they're nice and silver. It's also worth saying before we go on that if you buy an aftermarket exhaust or even a slip-on like I've done with this SP Engineering N-can, you get these marvellous high quality stainless steel pipes. Now Kawasaki, why can you not use something the same as this on your downpipes? I know you do it on the Z900 RS, but to do it on this model would look fantastic. It really lifts the bike, and I just don't know why they don't do it. It would certainly set it aside from all those other manufacturers that also tend to use really cheap stainless steel on their pipes. Okay, so to get this brown coating off, I tried a number of different things that didn't work. So the first thing I tried was wire wool. Now the very fine wire wool doesn't work at all, and if you get anything thicker then it's a bit too aggressive and it leaves scratches on the pipes. So that was out. Secondly, I tried the old trick of wet tin foil. Now that's a tip I picked up from the motorbike show watching Henry Cole, who's an absolute hero of mine, and it's great for removing rust off steel and things like that, but it was no good at shining these up or getting the brown coating off. So then I went to Tesco and bought some stainless steel cleaner, because apparently that gets it off. Well, that's about as good as water. I mean, it does nothing at all apart from remove the odd watermark on pots and pans. I tried metal polish, which does work but takes an awful lot of elbow grease. I tried T-cut. Now T-cut does absolutely nothing either. It's great for paintwork but no good for exhaust pipes. And then I saw on the forums that Harpic Power Plus was the thing to use, because apparently this will lift anything off your stainless steel. Right, so let's give that a go. Now if you're in any doubt about whether this works, go and have a look at Del Boy's garage. Del Boy's an absolute god. He's got a YouTube channel and he explains exactly how this works, and he trials it on lots of different metals, rust and all sorts of things, and it looks fantastic. And by the way, Del, if you're watching this, get well soon, man. You're a hero. So got myself some Harpic Power Plus and a small little cup and a toothbrush, and I've emptied some into there. So I've got this gloopy blue stuff in here, and that's all it takes. Now, is this going to work? Well, I'll show you how well it works now. Right, so let's have a go at one of these pipes. I've got the old brown colour up at the top there, and I've obviously got some discoloration that's appearing down here. So I'm going to get my toothbrush with a bit of Harpic on it and start scrubbing. Don't have to scrub particularly hard, and it's not particularly difficult. That's it, that's all you need to do. I wouldn't recommend leaving this on overnight or anything. I'm not really sure quite how corrosive or acidic it is, but that usually tends to do the job. I managed to clean pretty much the entire exhaust pipe in about 20 minutes, and I even went on and cleaned up all the sort of the box in the middle there with all the muffling in and the cap. So there we go, and that comes up really shiny. Now there's still a bit of bronzing going on up there, but that needs to be polished out with some metal polish. The rest of it is nice and smooth. It's got rid of all the rubbish, all the crud, any old coating that's left on there. So when your exhaust pipe is completely coated with that brown stuff, this is an absolute gem. Just to prove my point, this is the joint that goes into this middle section of exhaust. So let's have a quick scrub of that. You can see the stuff fizzing up, eating into whatever is on the pipe there. So that's all I do. Grab myself a cloth. And there you go. I mean, how good is that? That takes no effort whatsoever. Right then, you've used your Harpic and you've got rid of all that horrible brown stuff on your exhaust pipes, but they're still not that shiny. So, what's the best way to shine them up? Well, it has to be, in this case, metal polish. Now this stuff you put on and you normally rub it on with a cloth, and then it kind of dries out and you can then wipe it off. It's okay. I mean, there's a lot of elbow grease involved in doing this, and frankly I'm not up for all that. So I look for an alternative. Well, the one alternative works really well. Not recommended for the faint of heart there, because what I did was I bought one of these polishing pads and I put it onto my angle grinder. There's a problem with that because my angle grinder only works at one speed. So the moment, and I'm not going to use this now, but the moment you apply that to your downpipe, you're throwing this polish everywhere, and it dries out really quick, and it even burns on at some points. So that wasn't very good. But what I found was, if I put that on and I put on with it a little drop of oil as well, the oil stopped it from drying out, and then I could angle grind that with my pad, and I got the pipes up really, really shiny. As I say, that wasn't very easy because it's single speed, and a friend of mine, a guy called Sweet Triple, if you go onto his YouTube channel, said, why don't you use a drill, because that's variable speed. And I thought that would have been a much better idea, wouldn't it? But anyway, I'd finished by that stage, and I don't think I'll be doing that again. It was just really for the first kind of first run over shining it up. So what I've done is I've stolen another technique from Del Boy, which is to take a piece of material. In this case, it's the it's like the hem off an old towel. Wrap it round twice, and then you get on there, give it some of that, and that really does do a fantastic job of shining up your pipes. Now, that also, you've got to bear in mind, I've put on the Auto Sol metal polish, and I've also put a drop of oil on there, which stops it from drying out. I don't know of anybody else who's ever done that technique. Please feel free to tell me, is that a new thing? I don't know. But it works for me. So get that on there. It just forms like a sludge that you can work into your downpipes. Makes it slightly more difficult to clean off, because obviously you've got some oil on. But once you've done the job, you wipe it off, give it a bit of a polish up, and there we have some very shiny downpipes, and that will last for maybe 1,000 miles before you need to do it again, depending on the weather, of course. So I just keep on top of them, give them a bit of a clean up every time I clean the bike. So there we go, metal polish, a drop of oil, and an old bit of rag, and unfortunately there's no getting away from it. You do need to apply a bit of elbow grease. Okay, here's a quick example of using the angle grinder. So I've got all my safety gear on now. Put the shield back on it, got my goggles on, and it goes. So let's see how that polishes up. There we go. One very shiny pipe.